5-game winless run, and of course they kick off the 2023 AFCON qualifier with a win, a narrow win for that matter, against the Leone Stars of Sierra Leone. Of course, it's a good one for Jose Peseiro, who his first competitive game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria ended in a victory for Nigeria. So that is the story for the Super Eagles, and of course everyone is praying that it will remain like that for the Super Eagles. And Kayode Ogundare is very much in the studio today. Of course, we have a lot coming out from Ghana. Of course, they're preparing for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Of course, they're already in Japan for the Four Nation tournament, and of course, the GFA have started. Of course, maybe negotiation with the players regarding bonus and other payment that will be coming to them during the World Cup in order to avoid the debacle that took place in Brazil. I don't know if many of you still remember. So we'll be looking at all of those today. So it's going to be a loaded package for you right there. Welcome to Nigeria Superfans Forum. My name is Oluwafemi Ashalu. And Kayode, welcome on the show once again.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
It seems you are still basking in the victory over the Sierra Leoneans.
Victory?
At all, now, but 3 points. 3 points is the most important thing.
Yeah, well, I remember on the last episode of this program, I said I foresee a 3-win, a 2-0 victory. I thought no matter how bad the Nigerian team is.
So what happened to prophecy this time?
Nothing.
Well, it's still victory anyway.
It's something. It's a game we could have gotten the 3 or even more goals, but then it chose not to happen. I think I have 1 or 2 things to tell the Nigerian fans out there. The first
about
is
the game,
about the Nigerian team. The first is Nigeria will not go back to the Super Eagles we used to know.
The 94, the 94,
up
96,
to 96, then towards the end of 98, dominance will not happen in Africa again. And the reasons are very, very obvious. Then we had a head start over other African countries in the number of professionals that we had playing abroad. So they quickly adapted to the European style of play and were winning games. So they were not afraid of the Europeans, and they were using their technical superiority against African opposition. Now times are changing. Almost practically every African country has players abroad now. So the gap has shrunk. In fact, the reverse is the other now. More countries like Senegal, Cameroon, Ivory Coast have players at higher quality teams than even Nigeria at the time. So that period is probably gone. We will not have that period of dominance again. What we can hope to have is to be among the contenders for titles.
In Africa,
now we can only hope to be among the contenders for title on the basis of what I've seen in our team.
Do you think that is why we've been hovering between third, fourth, best 5th team in Africa?
That's the fact. This team is average at best. Let's not deceive ourselves. This Super Eagles team. Yes, let's not deceive ourselves, Remy. Because we played a very, very pedestrian Sierra Leone team. If we had a half-decent team, we should have beaten that team black and blue. Silly. The fact that it did not happen was not by mistake, not that they were lucky. No, in fact, they were there for the taking, but we could not, because we could not raise our game. That shows that at our optimum capacity, we are not among the heavyweights again. The earlier we recognize that, the better for everybody, for our art's sake. One. Secondly, if you look at it, Jose Peseiro doesn't know this team at all. And that brings into focus you and Amaju Pinnick when you were all about town telling us that he has a Y scout, Z scout.
I was only reiterating what Pinnick said.
I told you then, and I'm going to say it again now, that we have worked this part a lot of times, Femi. I told you about Lars Lagerback in 2010. I was there when he was telling us, he was using a PowerPoint presentation for us.
Everybody used PowerPoint.
Y Scout has also revealed that Peseiro doesn't know this team at all. Anybody with a half brain will know that team was going to struggle. When I saw the team the lineup,
team list,
I knew we were going to struggle.
There are a lot of things there are a lot of things to even talk about.
No prices about that. No prices about that. We are going to struggle. So Peseiro doesn't know this team. Third, the Nigerian assistants that he has, that we all clamor for that he has, they are there just as figureheads. That's another thing. So the earlier we tell them we relieve them of their duty, the better. Because
but do you think if they are told him about some things, do you think he was going to?
Well, contrary to this, what the feelers I had from the team's camp is that Peseiro is already acting like an emperor, and that the local coaches are already complaining that he doesn't listen to them. He believes more in his own assistants that he
Because
brought.
I heard Mohamed Sanusi, NFF scribe, addressing that in a particular interview.
Exactly. So that's to tell you that there are undercurrents already in the team. So Femi, let's not deceive ourselves. This team, I don't know what miracles can happen along 6 months along the line, but I do not see this team raising its level beyond the ordinary.
Okay, Kayode, a lot of things caught my eye yesterday when we were watching that game. The number one was the pitch.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how much of a disgrace that was to a lot of people, but to me in person, it was almost the case with Ghana during the qualifier for the World Cup. Remember going to use the Cape Coast Stadium for Independence Rally, where a crucial game was at hand. The same thing we saw yesterday, Kayode. A major party in Nigeria used that particular facility for their primaries. That was in May. And the federal government failed to put that pitch particularly in order. I don't know how CAF even passed that facility for Kayode, we have to say it as it is. I don't know how CAF passed that facility for such a crucial game. I know FIFA won't.
Femi, I've always said something.
Kayode, because I saw Niger Republic and Tanzania, I saw the game. You need to see the pitch. Thank God I didn't even see that alone. A lot of us, we saw it in the office.
I've always said that stadium, by its nature, they are usually multi-purpose. You can use it for a lot of things, including political rallies, concerts, and everything. But not maintenance. You see, that pitch is out of bounds. The Wembley Stadium is used for concerts. It's used for all sorts of things. But you see that pitch?
Even Tottenham Stadium.
Yes, it is used for all sorts of things. But that pitch is covered. You dare not go on it. So when you begin to stomp it, match it, you are damaging the pitch. Surface. And it showed in the game. I mean, I know the state of the pitch, and I don't want to use it as an excuse. Because, if that were to be an excuse, it will affect both teams, not the Nigerian team alone. Let's not deceive ourselves. This pitch was bad on both sides. Do you agree?
Well, maybe the players could manage, but for us watching at home from the camera,
they couldn't manage. It showed. I saw the bounce of the ball. It showed. And
so that's what I'm saying.
It's so unfortunate that we have gotten to that point. At the point, I was watching with somebody and he told me that, must we play in Abuja? And I saw your update on Facebook too when you asked the same question. Like, just like, because at the time you were asking was the same time that person was saying the same thing with me at home. So I just laughed and I said there are a whole lot of other pitches.
You can play in Benin, you can play in New York, you can play even Delta.
There are a lot of, but you know what? I think there's a problem with the current Ministry of Sports that they think everything must begin and end in Abuja. That's why they are forcing games to be played in Abuja. Besides, when spectators will not be allowed in the stadium, automatically you should have just decided, you know what, there's no point playing here. Let's go somewhere else.
Where we're going to have supporters.
That's the point.
If the Super Eagles were not playing at the Goswell Akpabio Stadium, nobody would have seen how beautiful that stadium was.
Yes, exactly. So for me, I think the problem with Nigeria is multifarious. It's not one. But we just have to begin to take it one after the other in the hope that somebody somewhere will listen and do something about it.
Kayode, let's talk about Peseiro. Well, I don't know what you saw, but if you listen to the press conference before the game, Peseiro was, even though his English was picky, he was saying that this team, in his eyes, it seems he has excuse me, the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, the Bruno Fernandes of this world in the Super Eagles. That is why he believes he can win 2023 AFCON.
Well, I'm not going to say he cannot win. We've seen over the course of history that sometimes the best teams don't win competitions. It's easier for the better team, the best team to win a league than to win a cup competition. The AFCON is a cup competition. You can win it. You don't have to be the best team to win it. Yeah, you don't have to be the best team to win it. In 2013, I felt Ivory Coast were a better team. But on the day Nigeria rose to the occasion and beat them in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Turi at the peak of his game at that time.
With everybody involved. So for me, it's always about who turns up on the day. So it's possible a run of luck during the competition could propel Nigeria to the title. I'm not going to say we cannot win it, but I'm not going to stick my money and my neck on this team.
In the first half, or at the end of the first half, we saw Umar Sadi being taken off and Etebo coming in. I was expecting that maybe it would be a striker for a striker, maybe a Sierra or someone, just to push for the attack. But it seems Peseiro was a bit comfortable with that 2-1. You think it was already resolved that if the game ends this way, it's fine with him?
Absolutely not. The problem was he tried to redress the mistake he made in the first half by playing.
And there was even no defensive midfielder.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he wanted to redress. That's why he brought in the table, because he could see that. That was what I talked about, the Sierra Leoneans not raising their game. If they had, they would have beaten Nigeria black and blue before the first half ended. But he saw that there was practically nobody in the middle. Chukwueze was on holiday. Iwobi, as much as he put
even
himself
since Aribo
in the
had too much to do.
That is the
right
point.
there.
Aribo cannot be an attacking midfielder and at the same
time
time
a
defensive midfielder. As much as Iwobi tried to carry the team, that hole was just too wide. So that was what he tried to block in the second half by bringing in what's his name? Etebo for Sadiq. But if I were him, I would have taken off Chukwueze earlier than he did, because Chukwueze for me was just on the pitch. And I'm not talking about the golden chance that he missed. No, that could have been missed by anybody. But it was just, if I ask you now, you can't remember 2 or 3 memorable things that he did on the pitch while he lasted. So I would have taken him off the pitch earlier than that. 1. 2, you don't forget that on the last program, we were talking about who and who to play with Osimhen up front. I said if you're going to play Osimhen and I would have Osimhen and what's his name? Sadiq. No, Osimhen and Sadiq will be getting in each other's way. The better thing to do is play, what's his name? Desas with this guy. Desas has the ability to fall back into the hole behind Osimhen. But Osimhen and Sadiq are out and out strikers. You cannot change them. So that's why Sadiq was just like a passenger. And they had to remove him. Then when you are removing him, if you had wanted more goals, you could have taken him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. Like someone like a striker, yes, not a defensive midfielder. Particularly, you are playing at home.
But
you have 2 other strikers. You also have 2 other strikers.
He had to correct the mistake of.
Why did the mistake even come up in the first place?
Because he doesn't know the team. I've said it in my opening.
And you've seen these guys play 2 friendly games.
He doesn't know the team. Femi, I'm not sure we haven't bought a grinding machine that grinds water. That's I think what we have bought with our money in this guy. But it's still early days. It's still early days yet. I don't want to be negative, but you know me, I will say it as it is.
Really, a lot of things actually caught the eye, because when you have 2 defensive midfielders, you have Franco Yeka and you have Etebo.
On the bench,
you also have 3 strikers.
Yes.
And you failed to start. In fact, a journalist asked him after the game that why didn't you start a defensive midfielder? And he said he picked a team he wanted.
He was lucky that there were no fans in the stadium now. He would have had the fans to contend with. He picked the team that he wanted.
Okay, let's talk about the people that actually got me very, very elated. Osimhen, his performance, Iwobi, and of course Moses' performance. I think Moses particularly, 2 assists. And then Iwobi, I think we saw flashes of.
For me, Iwobi has been our most consistent player for club and country. He finished the season strongly, and he has taken that form into the national team. So I'm very, very happy for him. He shows in his game. He shows in his passion, the way he wants to get the game going. He wants everything to. He shows professionalism. So I'm very, very happy. If I am to pick the better player, because I don't think we are the best player on the day. If I was to pick the better player, I will pick Iwobi, no caps. Then I like the sense of positioning of Osimhen. We've always talked about that.
And the fighting spirit.
Then all I know, probably because of the injury and everything, or the bouncy nature of the pitch, he looked tired and everything. Yeah. All I know is a better player than what we saw on the day. And for me, I think we have to make a decision about trust.
I was going to say that Kyle, trust, and even there were moments of questionable decision, even from Simi in the first half.
Yes.
If we're playing a better team, like you said,
that's the point.
We will have really been punched.
That's
If the same Sierra Leonean team that picked a point in Benin 2 years ago, Kayode, we will have been in serious mess, Kayode.
It's because, see, I don't want to keep referring to that game. That was a freak of nature. It doesn't happen every day.
Why do we even do that in this climb, Kayode? Because the captain is on the bench. If the assistant is also not good enough, put him on the bench.
He has shown that I would have played an Omero ahead of him. That's no caps. Because now I've tried to see how we could carry this guy along. But it was glaring against
Look at the first goal. The first goal. The way it was easily taken out of the way, Kayode.
Not the first goal. It was taken time and again. Time and again. It was taken out time and again. Each time that guy goes towards that side, he was always found wanting. So for me, we cannot continue if we hope to win anything. Fine, our next game is going to be against Atome. They are easy fries. We'll struggle and beat them 2-0, and we'll think we have arrived.
Peseiro can do better.
Okay, I'm waiting. But we have to be forward thinking. We are not going to be playing Sao Tome and Principe if we go to the AFCON. There will be better team. The level of opposition will be higher. So we have to start doing something now. And part of the something is to take a hard look at truth and find the courage to tell him to sit on the bench.
I think Balogun would have even been better.
I think so too. So
I think Peseiro really has a lot of decisions to make as far as the Super Eagles is concerned, the defense, and even in the midfield, particularly for a defensive midfield. The last person that I saw play a Champions League final without a defensive midfielder played dearly. That was when Guardiola took on Thomas Tuchel 2 seasons ago. And he later came out to regret it. So why did you not even invite 2 defensive midfielders if you're not going to field any? Okay, before we go on a break, let's look at the other games right now. Equatorial Guinea-Bissau, I beg your pardon, defeated them.
Sao Tome.
Will I even say that's not a defeat, a whitewash anyway? 5-1,
You don't expect anything less. You take points where the points are to be taken. Sao Tome, like I told my friend that we were watching the game together when he was monitoring the other game, and he was like, there are two. It was 2-1 at the point, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. I said, you know what? 3SC will beat Sao Tome. Black and blue. But you know what? When the Super Eagles go to play Sao Tome, you will see us struggle to win. We're going to win, but we're going to struggle 2-1, 2-0 to win. Then everybody will now clap.
But remember that it's going to be on more like a neutral.
It doesn't matter where we play there. Even if they come here, we're still. When was the last time the Super Eagles played a game that everybody felt satisfied? Okay, maybe
against Zambia.
No, against
2018 World Cup qualifier.
No, against Egypt at the AFCON. The last AFCON.
Okay, I'm talking about away
game against Zambia. So for me, that you know that they played from beginning to end and the tempo was at this level. So for me, it doesn't. You know what? I saw a lot of games actually that I saw for me. I saw the Morocco South Africa game. That was a classic. There was ever one. Up to the last minute, South Africa were still in the game. Morocco had to come back. They dug deep and they came back. That Morocco team, I was at the time making comparisons with if this were Nigeria playing Morocco. Because when you have opposition that is relentless, they keep coming at you, At a point, something will give. We do not have the kind of fortitude that South Africa showed against Morocco, yet they went down. Morocco never gave up until they got the second goal 4-5 minutes to the end of the game. And there are a whole lot of.
They actually showed that qualifying for the World Cup was not a fluke.
It showed in the in fact, everything about their game and the Nigerian game showed that there were a whole lot of disparity. The quality of the pitch, the standard of the game, everything showed that there were two different qualities that we were seeing.
For now, I think, thank God, the ban is over as regards the Moshood Abiola Stadium, but I think we should shut that stadium for now.
I do not believe we should shut it now. Femi, that stadium, when it was commissioned in 2003, I went there, and I remember telling you, I said we've not utilized like 20% of the facilities at that stadium. Yeah. So shutting it down is not the best way to go.
Why I said so was because I've never seen a national stadium that bad. I'm sorry. I'm even talking. When the national stadium in Lagos here was, I've never seen it that bad.
They can fix it. What I think they should do is fix it and get a team to play regularly there, even if it's a league team. Get a team to play regularly there. Using it even if it is 20% of the facilities, it's better than not using it at all. Shutting it down is out of the question. Because when you shut facilities down, they will rot away.
I know, but I'm just saying, because seriously, if I
pitch can be fixed. The only problem with that stadium, Femi, is the pitch, and I believe strongly that it can be fixed. So once you fix it, put it to use. Don't shut it up. Don't just lock it up.
If I were the president this morning, a lot of people will have been answering query by now. Okay, let's quickly look at other results. The one that really took me by surprise was Ethiopia versus Egypt.
Did you see the game?
I didn't. We were busy with the
boy.
I said Ethiopia.
Boy, that game should have ended like 7-1.
In favor of Ethiopia?
Yes.
So do you still believe there are minors in football, Kayode? In African football?
Femi.
Because on the paper, Egypt were supposed to roast Ethiopia.
Femi, I believe there are still minors in football, but there are one-off games like that. But one thing you should not take away from the Ethiopians, let me tell you a personal experience. In 2013, on the way to the 2014 World Cup, Nigeria played Ethiopia in the final playoff, home and away. The first leg was away in Addis Ababa. I was there. I saw the Ethiopian game, apart from their weather that can snub the breath out of anybody. The Ethiopians are like the Samba boys of Africa. All these short passing, very skillful on the ball, very fast. Fine, they do not have big name players. But all they need, Femi, is to have a good coach. If they have a big name coach that can panel that team together, they are a team that is just waiting to explode.
So Ethiopia for chop these Eagles, Kayode?
I'm not going to deceive you. I saw that since 2013. I was pleasantly surprised. Ethiopia, they nearly killed us. I sat in the stadium that day. I couldn't sit actually. Let me not lie. I was standing up. Tension. Everybody was tensed up. Everybody, no Nigerian in the stadium that day, apart from the hostile environment, because they could be very intimidating. If you think the North Africans are intimidating, you have not seen it. Wow. Ethiopians got to the stadium around 12. The game was supposed to be 4 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, we could hardly get any place to enter the stadium. When we entered, the whole place was filled up. It was the match commissioner who used this discretion to ask us to sit by the pitch side. They brought plastic chairs for us. To see, because the stadium was filled up and they felt we should have access into the stadium. So he said it was not safe for us to sit with the crowd. So he now said they should bring plastic chairs. We sat by the side of the pitch. Femi, you don't want to be there. Those who were outside Addis Ababa started coming to the capital like 3-4 days before the game. They were sleeping in the stadium. The passion in that country for football is crazy, out of this world. So for me, it was a shocking result, but I'm not surprised. That Ethiopia at home can beat anybody. So if you go to Addis Ababa and you don't get a result, I will understand, because of the weather and the kind of football they play.
Kayode, lastly, before we go on the break, do you think Peseiro has his job cut out for him? Because
of course he does.
I don't know, because like just what you said and what he said, you gave a candid assessment of that team.
Yes.
But with what he's saying, it seems there is something. Your opinion seems to be negating what he's saying. No, he's trying to be optimistic.
No, on the contrary, I think he's saying that publicly. Then he will know how
That's
to
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
With his team.
But you have to be truthful.
See, the truth will be between him and his backroom staff, not for public. He can't. I don't expect him to come and be slaying the players publicly. What I expect him to do is, the morning after the game, he will call his video analyst. They will go over the game together and we will see what I think every other Nigerian saw in the thick of action. He will have the benefit of seeing it all over again. He can now take a rational decision on who still deserves to be given a call up, who deserves to be rested, who deserves to be given a send forth from the national team. Those are the decisions I expect.
From the national team.
Yes, those are the decisions I expect him to make going forward.
So number one person that should be sent for Kayode. Okay, let's quickly go on a very brief break. Now, when we return, we'll be talking about Ghana. Remember, I told you about Ghana. Of course, the under 17 Waffle Zombie Championship will be taking place. In fact, as a matter of fact, we'll be starting in Ghana this weekend. And on Saturday, it will be the Golden Eaglet of Nigeria against Ghana. Remember, they had the same face-off at the Under-20 Wafu Zone Championship. So it will be Ghana when we return. Remember, we told you that the GFA started negotiating with the Black Stars players regarding their bonuses for the 2022 World Cup, trying to avoid what happened in Brazil about 8 years ago. And of course, we told you, Ghana, they are already in Japan for the 4th edition tournament. We'll be telling you all of those on the flip side. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and it's still Nigeria Super Fans for. Of course, we'll be looking at the Super Eagles game against the Leone Stars of Sierra Leone. The game ended 2-1 in favor of Nigeria, but of course, so much to discuss, so much to look about, and Jose Peseiro, honestly, has his job cut out. Kadi, let's talk about the Under-17 Wafu Zone Championship that will be kicking off in Cape Coast, as a matter of fact, in Ghana this weekend. It will be the Golden Eaglet against the Ghanaian team. Kadi, remember the rivalry, and of course, if we start this conversation again, I'm not sure it is going to end, because we talk about the zoning and having to
fierce zoning
and having to eliminate best teams within the subcontinent, having to eliminate themselves.
These are the two best teams at the Under-17 level.
When I saw the draws, I felt bad again, and of course I reflected on what we talked about, but it is what it is. But let's talk about the rivalry again now. Uduka Obade, the Golden Eaglet coach, has said he's not promising the title like Ladan Boso did in Niamey in Egypt. He said, but he will try to get to the final.
That's what we asked for. He should pick the ticket, and luckily 2 teams will get to pick tickets.
Yeah.
So hopefully it can be Nigeria and Ghana, because I want our best teams representing us always. So if Nigeria and Ghana get out of the group, they can go on to win their semi-finals and get to pick the tickets for the group. Nigeria and Ghana at this level have an interesting history. We played like 8 times. Nigeria, the Golden Eagles have the upper hand. They've lost only once to Ghana at any level. They met once at the World Cup.
That's what Ghanaian fans.
They played 8 times. I remember in '87, the qualifying series, Nigeria-Ghana, we played 1-1 away. 0-0 yes, so Nigeria went through on the away goals through. In 1993 at the World Cup final in Japan, you remember that one? Nigeria won 2-1. 2 years later, at the AFCON Under-17 in Mali, Ghana won 3-1 with arguably one of the most talented teams I've ever seen. That Ghana team had a lot. Stephen Appiah, Ishaka Audu. I'm sure you don't.
I know Stephen Appiah,
but you don't know Ishaka Audu. Ishaka Audu was the MVP of the tournament. Then It was, for me, one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. Unfortunately, his national team career did not get up to his start. They had the man Bentley, who was the captain. Then they had Patrick Alote, Christian Saba. They had a lot of quality players all around.
Stephen Appiah, among all these,
yes,
made it to the
Black Stars. They won the African under 17 title. They went to Ecuador and won the world under 17 title too. They beat all comers. They beat Brazil in the final. I remember the final game. We watched it at night. I was wow. Anyway, I supported them from the under 17 because after they beat Nigeria, they both qualified. Nigeria got knocked out, I think, in the quarterfinals.
Because you have Ghana. Yes,
so that's the Nigerian team that had James Obiora as captain, Edward Ayamke, Eri Owuzuruke, a lot of Nigerian guys. Good players too, but they were unlucky to go out to Oman in a one-sided game. One-sided game, but Oman won 2-1. And we scored first, I remember. But Ghana went all the way with, like I said, one of the best teams. I think Nigeria's Japan 93 team and that 95 Ghana team were, for me, 2 of the best
that
teams.
Japan 93 team.
Yes.
They are PLS. Don't take anything from them.
So the following edition, Ghana took everything. They had the best teams, arguably. So for me, and since then, they have not been able to beat Nigeria again. Now, this game, the Nigerian team are unknown quantity. They are playing Ghana, who are at home. And hopefully, even though history favors Nigeria, but this game, I don't want to stick my neck out for the Golden Eaglet.
But Kadi, I think we should be able to pick a ticket, because where we have Ghana, we have Togo. Though we saw what happened in Niamey, Niger, that you just couldn't write off any team.
At this level, don't write off any team.
But I'm just saying, but if you consider history, Togo and Nigeria and Ghana, Nigeria should be able to pick a ticket.
Should, yeah, that's the operating
Because
word.
the team, Ubadi said they've had 13 preparatory games.
I trust in Ubadi's ability. I trust in Ubadi's ability as a coach. But you know what? Football is like war. You never can predict at home what's going to happen. You can be shocked on the day. You can be shocked on the day. So that's why I just want to. All I ask of Ubadi and the boys is bring home the ticket, not the title. Once you get to the final, all is fair. Anything that happens in the final, all is fair. But get to the final, and hopefully, like I said, I want to see Nigeria, Ghana play the final, so that both teams, because of our pedigree,
so that the two teams can go to the
AFCON, and from there, hopefully, go on to represent Africa.
Okay, Kyle, let's talk about the Black Stars of Ghana now. The Four Nations tournament will be kicking off, and what caught my attention is we've talked about the pile up of fixtures for these players. They had a gruesome season. Now coming back to the national team, we've had a couple of stars who have put out of that for a Four Nations tournament. Of course, the goalkeeper Walakot is not going to be there, and a whole lot of other players. Let me quickly. Gideon Mensah is not there. Jonathan Mensah, Richard Ofori was injured in that game in the World Cup AFCON qualifier. Sorry, and Antoine Semenyo and Elisha Owusu didn't travel for Ghana, but of course they also have a whole lot of other stars. But let's look at it, Kyle. It's just 18 players. Do you think Ado would be able to still achieve whatever he wants to do with this Four Nations tournament?
What does he want to achieve? He wants to see these players. Like I told you in the last program, I said, Femi, the essence of this tournament is to see players, for me, not to win it. I don't mind him losing all the games, but giving players the opportunity to play so that he can have better perspective, better options when the team finally gets back for competitive games. So me, I'll prefer that he takes players that he hasn't seen before to this tournament. Just see them. I would rather he loses all 3 games at the Four Nations tournament and do creditably well at the World Cup than for him to win this
Four Nations tournament. I think they've arrived.
And they think they've arrived, and they go to the World Cup and everything goes belly up. So for me, the Four Nations tournament for me they are just glorified friendly games. Go there, play, see players on against different teams, different level of competition. See how they react to issues. Then from there you begin to have an idea of the quality of each player. That's all I ask for.
Kyle, the GFA trying to avoid what happened in Brazil about 8 years ago when there was some kind of mutiny among the players about their bonuses. The GFA actually promised each player $100,000 for making it to the 23-man list for the tournament, and eventually they refused to train. Imagine that. And of course, we all knew the story. The country had to fly $3 million to Brazil in order to settle that thing, but eventually they lost out of the group stage. Remember that defeat to Portugal in their final group game. But now the GFA trying to do things right before the tournament. I remember the NFF also did that in the 2018 World Cup. But Kyle, I don't know, but I have issues with putting money before, I don't know, maybe national interest or not what should be of national pride. I remember Rivaldo said, if you are invited to play for the Brazil national team, it's like you've been given the highest national honor in the country. Rio Ferdinand said the first day he got his call up to the English national team, he went drunk. Like he said, do you know what just happened to me? But here, I don't know, Kyle.
I have a friend. Our son just played the 17 game for England last weekend, and it was a big deal for them at home that they celebrated, and I was very, very happy for her. I've talked about her on the program before. Our son is part of the England under 17 team. He plays for Leeds United, James Debayo. I understand the razzmatazz about playing for national team, but you know what? I do not blame our players. It's about trust. It's about trust issues. I remember Taribo famously said something. He said, when he was playing, he said he will understand if he plays for a country where the federation doesn't have money. But in a situation where there is money, and the moment you do not collect what is due to you, some people will try to sit on it. It's about trust. The England national team, you would think they don't they don't pay them bonuses. Like it's due to other countries. The same problem that Ghana had in 2014, Nigeria had it in 1998 when we went to France. They spent the night having meetings upon meetings about monies that should be paid. In fact, at the point
before Denmark, before the defeat to Denmark.
At the point, let me shock you. At the point, the then NFF president, chairman, then NFA chairman, there threatened to shoot somebody because he felt they were holding the federation to ransom. They got their money.
So the NFF, the federation president, he went there with a bazooka.
He was a military man, so we expect him to have.
So he went to France
and
with a pump action.
who has arms. So for me, they spent the night negotiating and talking about monies, and the following day they lost.
When they should be preparing for the game
to Denmark. So it is the sorry problem. It is sorry state of affairs in African football, especially sub-Saharan Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Cameroon. Those are the countries where these issues happen. You ask yourself, do they happen elsewhere? So for me, I think we should praise GFA for being forward-thinking. They are anticipating that there will be issues if they don't resolve it now. Luckily, like you said, the NFF also did the same in 2018 to make sure that issue does not arise. It doesn't arise again. It's about trust, Femi. If I trust you, I can rest in the knowledge that my money is with Femi. Anytime I need it, I will collect it. But when there's a lack of trust, I will tell you, oh boy, let me have it.
Kyle, the Super Eagles will be, last as we run out of the studio, the Super Eagles will be traveling to Morocco where they're facing Sao Tome and Principe on Monday. Scoreline?
I expect us to beat them, Femi. But like I said, I also expect the Super Eagles to struggle.
Against Sao Tome?
Against Sao Tome.
Has it gone that bad?
It is that bad. It is that bad.
Okay, Kayode, thank you once again for coming.
It was a pleasure.
Okay, for our fans, of course, your comment as always will be rolling on the screen, and we can't thank you enough. Honestly, we can't thank you enough for always sending in your comments what you think about the show. But please don't forget, like we always say, whatever issue you want us to talk about regarding football in Africa, please just bring it to our notice. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button. And of course, share our videos, like our videos, tell someone that, of course, what we are doing right here. Of course, we've done the roundup of Africa qualifier as far as the 2023 AFCON is concerned. So until we come your way again, I say have a fantastic weekend to yourself. Of course, don't forget to look out for our Ghanaian fans, particularly those in Cape Coast. Maybe you can just take a trek to the stadium to watch the under-17.
Cape Coast, Secondita Koradi exits. Please go out and watch. Okay. And please support the Nigerian Golden Eagles.
Even if you are a Ghanaian, please
support Nigerian Golden Eagles.
And please leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section and let's know what you think about that competition. Of course, the Nigeria Golden Eagles and the Ghana team. Until we come your way again, of course, we'll be discussing all of those. You are rest assured of that. Until next time, for everyone who have also made this production possible, our production crew will say thank you to you. Have a fantastic weekend for yourself. Bye for now.